everyone, thanks for joining me. My name is Lee. Today I made ratatouille. Well, it's not really ratatouille, but that's what we call it. About 15 years ago, an old acquaintance made this, and I have been making it ever since, and I've passed this recipe on to numerous people and they love it too. It is super easy to make and it's so delicious, and Mike and I just eat bowls of it by itself, but it also makes the perfect side dish. We have a lot of liquid after it's cooked in this, and that's because I salt the vegetables and also because I use a lot of olive oil. Feel free to halve the olive oil in this recipe, but Mike and I think it's gold. And capsicums have been so expensive, but yesterday they were all different colours and they were all only $3 a kilo, so I had to make this and show you how it goes. Today I cut all the vegetables into chunky sized pieces. If you wish, you can cut them up smaller, they just won't take as long to cook. I cut up 3 large peeled carrots and then 500 grams of peeled sweet potatoes, followed by 500 grams of peeled potatoes. Next I cut up 3 large capsicums. Today I used a red, green and yellow capsicum. They look pretty in the final dish, but most of the time I just use the red ones because the yellow ones are usually very expensive. Any colour works fine. I cut the capsicums into chunky pieces, and lastly I cut 2 large red onions into wedges. I combine all of the vegetables in a big bowl. Then I take about 8 sprigs of fresh thyme and I strip the thyme from the stems and add that to the bowl. This equates to about 1 tablespoon of fresh thyme. If you only have dried thyme, I would recommend 1 teaspoon. I add a good tablespoon of salt and then I grind a lot of black pepper into the bowl. Typically I eyeball the amount of olive oil I use, but for this video I measured it out. I ended up using just under 1 cup of olive oil. Feel free to use less if you prefer, but just remember that you'll need at least a half a cup. Using my hands, I thoroughly mix all the vegetables together. Then I transfer the mixture into an oven-proof pot with a tight fitting lid. And I admire how attractive the vegetables are looking. I put the pot in a preheated oven of 180 degrees Celsius fan forced or 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Cooking time will be around 1 hour depending on your oven and the size of the vegetable pieces. And I stir it halfway through the cooking time. To take the dish to another level of deliciousness, I sliced a 250 gram block of Halloumi cheese into small pieces. Once the vegetables had cooked for an hour, I carefully removed the pot from the oven and I check to see that a knife inserts so easily into the vegetables and they're ready. And then I sprinkled the Halloumi cheese all over the top. I return the pot to the oven without the lid and continue baking it uncovered for another 15 minutes or until the Halloumi develops a golden colour. And there you have it. It's as simple as that. This recipe is so easy to make and incredibly delicious. Thank you so much for watching, and I really love to hear if you try this recipe. See you again soon.